Integrating main ideas on the TOEFL Integrated Writing Task. So how is everybody doing at YouTube? I am Michael from BetterTOEFLScores.com. Today, we're going to learn a very powerful skill that will help you get a high score in the TOEFL IBT, especially in the integrated writing task. In this lesson, you'll practice. When I say practice, remember, a lot of my philosophies are not just telling you or having you hear information, but I want you to actually do something here. So hearing is good, seeing is better, but doing is best, right? So you're actually going to practice how to combine a main idea from a reading passage with a main idea from a lecture, especially when these ideas contradict each other. So why integration matters? In the TOEFL Integrated Writing Task, you'll read a short academic passage, and then you'll listen to a lecture. The lecture usually disagrees with the reading. That's important. Your job is to show how the two sources relate, especially when they contrast. But it's not just about ideas. You need to be able to show syntactic variety. That means writing different types of sentences to connect those ideas together. And of course, you should always paraphrase, not copy word for word, right? You don't want to plagiarize. You want to demonstrate to the IBT human raters that you have good language use. You have good control over your grammar and your vocabulary. Now, there's three ways that you can actually combine sentences. So let's break it down. Number one, you have a complex sentence. Use words like whereas, while to show contrast in one single sentence. Whereas the reading claims that dinosaurs were cold-blooded, the lecture argues they were warm-blooded. So by putting this, we call these subordinating conjunctions. We're creating what's called a dependent clause when we refer to the reading passage. We're using an independent clause when we refer to the lecture. So that's one way to do it. This is called a complex sentence. It has a dependent and independent clause. Now, another way to do it is to use a compound sentence. Let's take a look at this. And then we have separate sentences. So with a compound sentence, you could use the word but or yet to join two independent clauses together. Notice the punctuation pattern. The comma is right before the coordinating conjunction. The reading suggests that cloud seeding is effective, but the lecture challenges this claim with recent data. And then number three, you can actually use two separate sentences. Notice again the punctuation pattern changes. So use transition words like however, on the other hand, in contrast, or nevertheless. The reading states that group work increases productivity. However, the lecture explains that group work can lead to social loafing. Now, another way to do this one, if you want, you can use a semicolon, and then the however does not need to be capitalized, the first letter there. You can also do it this way. Remember, paraphrase both the reading and the lecture. Do not copy the phrases directly. So as you do practice, use ChatGPT to check your work. So after you write your sentences, you can use ChatGPT to check grammatical accuracy, correct use of connectors. This is the hard part because I'm basically showing you subordinating conjunctions, which are used in complex sentences, coordinating conjunctions, which are used in compound sentences, and then transition words, which are used to connect separate sentences together. So that's kind of what you're doing. So copy and paste your sentence and ask chat something like this. Can you check this sentence for grammar and idea accuracy for TOEFL? So put the two sentences that you're practicing, right, that you want to combine, then put how you combine them, and then see what chat says about that. All right, so here we go. Are you ready for practice? So I'm going to show you 3 exercises at a time. So I recommend that you pause the video and actually combine the sentences using a complex using a compound, and then using separate sentences. So here we go. You have 10 exercises. I'm going to give you the main point from the reading passage, the key idea from the lecture which contradicts it. Your task is to paraphrase both ideas and combine them using a complex sentence, a compound sentence, and two separate sentences. So write all three versions and then check your grammar and paraphrasing with ChatGPT, and I'll include sample answers in the video description box. Now remember that my answer might be slightly different because I'm paraphrasing and you're paraphrasing, right? So it might not be exactly the same, but hopefully you'll get the idea. I promise you, if you can control your sentence structure with these three sentence types, and I'm going to even give you a secret here. I think that in the integrated writing task, you basically have your short introduction. You're combining the main point from the reading and the lecture just briefly. Then you have three body paragraphs. You have reading point 1, listening point 1, reading point 2, listening point 2. Reading point 3, listening point 3. Maybe in the second body paragraph, when you want to combine the two sources together, you can use a complex sentence. When you get to the second body paragraph, you can combine the two main points using a compound sentence. When you get to that third body paragraph, you can combine the two main points using separate sentences. So if you do that, you're showing good grammatical range with subordinating conjunctions, coordinating conjunctions, and transition words. And I'm telling you, that shows you have a very good range of sentence structure and vocabulary knowledge of the English language. Okay, here we go. Let's do the first three. So I recommend just take a minute, pause the video, and work on these three. So basically, you're writing 9 sentences here. Okay, now let's move on to the next 4. And you can check your answers with these in the video description box. So here's exercise 4, 5, and 6. And then let's go to 7, 8, and 9. Finally, let's go to exercise 10. Okay, let me do some final tips here. Always paraphrase main ideas from the reading and the lecture. Use syntactic variety in your writing. Practice daily to build fluency and accuracy. Use ChatGPT or a writing tool to proofread and check the logic of your writing. And don't forget, check the description box for my sample answers to these 10 exercises. Do you want personalized feedback on your TOEFL writing and speaking? Visit Better TOEFL Scores and sign up for my 99-month feedback service. Like, comment, and subscribe for more TOEFL lessons every week.